Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So if you guys have seen my previous episode, it's got those alien spheres that were found in Colombia, and it's now in Mexico, I think. And I found a video that goes into detail about it. So let's go down this rabbit hole together, find out what it's all about. I haven't seen this, so I'm watching it right along with you guys. Here we go. This is it. Find out if it's a hoax or what's going on with this sphere. Millions of people had to have seen this. I don't see how they couldn't. It's all over a huge city. And there it goes, crashing down. Anunnaki connection? Really? This might be interesting.
On March 2nd, 2025, residents of Buga, Colombia, watched a metallic sphere slice across the sky in a sharp zigzag pattern. Moments later, it came down in woods outside town, and a small group retrieved it almost immediately. The object is about 20 inches in diameter, weighs roughly 4.5 pounds, and felt as cold as a...
Why does that sphere flying through the air look so much bigger than 20 inches? That doesn't make sense. It makes me wonder if this is the right sphere.
refrigerator when first handled. One of the finders, Jose, said he felt ill for several days after contact. Another witness, David Velez El Potro, poured water on the surface and saw it flash into steam, suggesting a cold shell hiding intense heat inside. Radiologist Dr. Jose Luis Velasquez ran the first X-ray study. Images revealed 3 concentric shells of high-density, metal-like material. Between the middle and outer shells sit 18 perfectly round microspheres in a flawless ring, and at dead center is a pill-shaped core the team calls the chip. Velasquez reports no welds, no joints, and no visible assembly marks anywhere on the object. A separate central band, made of a different alloy, holds still smaller spheres that may have been inserted before the final seal. Symbols cover the exterior. Researchers compared them to runes, Ogham characters, and Mesopotamian scripts.
That's where they're getting the Anunnaki connection at. But that is some crazy stuff on there. Those aren't like any hieroglyphs or anything that I've ever seen. I don't know if anybody else has, but let me know in the comments.
With an AI pattern matching routine, they produced an initial reading. The origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness. Imaging team member Dr. Oscar Rojo notes that the 18 internal points extend about half a centimeter into the shell and show precise symmetry that implies deliberate engineering. The story reached a wider audience when journalist and longtime UFO researcher Jaime Maussan featured Velez El Potro and the sphere on his program. Maussan is famous and controversial for the 2017 alien mummy claims in Peru, so his involvement split opinion. Velez told him Colombian officials asked for the artifact. He initially refused, fearing it would never be seen again. Within weeks, the pressure grew. Local press now report that Velez ultimately signed the sphere over to a joint police and military team, which documented the transfer, then cleared its export so Maussan and independent scientists could continue tests under supervision. Since that handoff, no government lab has released data, and the object itself has not reappeared in public. Skeptics argue the sphere could be space debris, perhaps a pressurized tank from a satellite launch or an art piece. Pressure vessels usually carry obvious weld lines, and no agency logged a re-entry over Colombia on March 2nd, 2025. For now, every claim rests on eyewitness accounts, a single X-ray session, and a chain of custody that has moved behind closed doors. The numbers leave a tantalizing echo. 18 satellites circling one core mirrors, base 60 mathematics, and the 360-degree celestial scheme credited to ancient Mesopotamia. Whether the Buddha sphere is advanced technology, stray hardware, or a clever hoax, the pattern keeps the mystery alive.
It doesn't seem like it'd be a hoax. I mean, look at the markings.
Mysterious metal spheres aren't new.
Nope.
In 1974, the Betz family in Florida found a steel ball that rolled uphill and rang like a bell when tapped.
I didn't know the Betz mystery sphere is from Florida, because that's where I'm from. I did not know that at all. I've heard a lot about it, but didn't know it was found in Florida. Go find me one.
U.S. Navy engineers never pinned down its purpose. South Africa's gold mines have yielded Klerksdorp spheres, grooved hematite marbles dated at 3 billion years, while archaeological gossip from Bosnia to Costa Rica keeps turning up perfectly rounded stones with no obvious quarry marks. Even NASA once cataloged aluminum titanium cosmospheres that survived re-entry intact. Before we crown this orb the smoking gun, we should talk about the man now front and center. Jaime Maussan has a history of headline-grabbing artifacts that collapsed under scrutiny. In 2009, he promoted the Metapec alien, later proven to be a skinned squirrel monkey. In 2015, the Hyatt Roswell slide turned out to show a mummified child. In 2023, his Peruvian three-fingered alien mummies were exposed as dolls made from animal bones. Each time, the pattern was identical. Splashy media reveal first. Hard science either never arrives or arrives too late to matter. The Buddha sphere is following the same script. We have one vet clinic X-ray, no CT scan, no mass spec report, and the
You see that ball flying past the building, and it looks so much larger than 20 inches, and that's really weird. It doesn't add up to me, but
the object itself is now tucked away in private custody. No Colombian university, no space agency, no peer review team has laid hands on it. If the sphere really is exotic technology, the next steps are simple. Release the raw DICOM X-ray files, let an accredited metallurgy lab run isotope tests, and publish the numbers. Until that happens, every jaw-dropping claim remains an unverified story.
Yep.
Our job isn't to dismiss the mystery, it's to keep the bar where it belongs. Extraordinary spheres deserve ordinary lab work. If those results never surface, history suggests we're watching another Maussan media stunt instead of the discovery of the century.
That's bigger. That's definitely bigger. Alright, so that's the end of the video. I thought I was going to tell us a little bit more about it, but it's connected maybe to the Betz mystery sphere. So that's neat in itself. And who knows if the Anunnaki's real? Maybe they are sending a probe to Earth to check us out. Wouldn't that be crazy? Alright guys, peace and love. Till the next one, I am out. Bye.